Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saeed. I do want to thank you for joining us tonight, Thursday, the 6th of January, 2022. So viewers, those of you on Facebook, remember to share our live stream. Those of you who are watching on Synergy Network, and you have your phone or your tablet, your device next to you, just open it up, go on Facebook, like and share our stream. Those of you on YouTube, share our live stream. Those of you who haven't subscribed to YouTube, it's TT Real Talk. You will see subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and you would know when we go live. So a special good night to you, Trinidad and Tobago, locally and regional. Remember, Real Talk Financing and Investment Company is offering to you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, a Real Talk fixed investment, a fixed deposit with our company, with the interest rate of 2.5% on a 3-year fixed deposit system with us. So 2.5% presently is the highest interest rate being paid out on any fixed deposit in any financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago. Other institutions are giving you 0.05%, some are giving you 1%, but we are offering to you, the citizen, 2.5%. So I just want to ask you something. How long are you going to continue getting this 0.5%? How long are you going to stay with it? Now remember, things are getting hard. Things are getting hard, and everybody's looking for an extra income at the end of the year. So why not make a Real Talk investment with our company? We are licensed to lend money. Real Talk group of companies. It is registered with the government. You know, and we contribute to society. We contribute. So how long, I ask myself, how long are you going to continue receiving 0.05% and say, yes, I am getting something, when you can actually get 2.5% at Real Talk Financing and Investment Company? So viewers, we have two locations, one on 14 Caroni Savannah Road in Shogunas. Their numbers are 238-6716 or 339-1670. We have another office at 132 Cipero Road in San Fernando. Their numbers are 242-7690 or 339-1670. So contact us, viewers, and set up our fixed deposit system with Real Talk Financing and Investment Company. We also have a small loan department. You want 30,000 borrow, you want 40,000 borrow. Short term, you have security, you have collateral, is not a problem. And remember, a new initiative that Real Talk Financing and Investment took is that US currency. You want to open a fixed deposit with us with US currency? Not a problem. We are giving you 1%. You're not getting that nowhere in financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago. No credit union, no bank, nothing. You're getting 0.05. When you can get 1% on your US fixed deposit system at Real Talk Financing and Investment Company. So viewers, remember, the best packages on financing is at Real Talk Financing and Investment Company. That's for you, the citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. So as we start off our program tonight, 238-6716 is our phone line to call in. There's a repeat of this program tomorrow from 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. As we start off, Nestle, the world's largest food group, will be biting into the pocket of local consumers, announcing a price increase in selected product. Prior to releasing an official statement, a document outlining the proposed markup of items including carnation, evaporated milk, Maggi season up, Nescafe and Nesquik began circulating on social media. Now, we have the list, viewers, but we didn't get time to drop it in the system. But nevertheless, tomorrow, we will try to bring it up for you. So you will see the list of prices and the products from Nestle that have been increased. Now, Head of Corporate Communication, Seti Jones Gordon, confirmed Nestle will increase price on some local and imported product, but did not identify which one. She said the price increase percentage will average in a single digit. Nestle blamed the price hike on global increase in transport, the supply chain, raw and packaging material, which includes a well-known surge on commodities. Now viewers, there's a little increase, but you know it's something we can't go against, because right through the world things are going up because of the pandemic. But hopefully it will come to an end soon. We hoping. You know, other countries are managing their COVID-19, but in Trinidad, it's not an issue. The House Speaker ain't really business. The President changing details. The Prime Minister say if you're not vaccinated, you can't come to work, together with the AG. The Health Minister saying take the vaccine, it will reduce the risk of you getting COVID. The Prime Minister and a lot of people took the vaccine, and they end up with what? COVID again. But nevertheless, step by step we will get through it. God is good. God is good. So viewers, we're supposed to have an interview with the Minister of Agriculture tonight, Mr. Clarence Rambarat, to give us a little insight on the NAMDEVCO food basket program. So Mr. Minister, good night. Hello?
Hello, yes, good night.
Good night, Mr. Minister. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you very much for calling.
So viewers, we have the Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Clarence Rambarat, on the line, and he's just going to give us a little insight on the NAMDEVCO food basket and some other issues. So Mr. Minister, can you give us an update on the NAMDEVCO food basket program?
Well, when the food basket program started in 2021, it was originally for the month of May 2021, and then it was extended from May to the end of September 2021. The target was to reach 125,000 families, and eventually by end of September 2021, we ended up reaching over 185,000 families.
Yes.
We did that. About 49,000 were reached via the local government councillors, 137 local government councillors and the 12 assemblymen in Tobago. And the rest of families were reached via the 41 members of parliament and different NGOs and individuals and so on. But when we got to the end of September 2021, just before we got to the end, the farmers were asking for us to continue it.
Yes.
A lot of the members of parliament were asking for it to continue because people were now getting back into jobs and things are now picking back up. And the government took a decision during the budget debate that we would continue it to the end of December 2021. So during the period October, November, December, we were able to reach a further close to 100,000 families. And on December 22nd, 2021, we did the last set of deliveries. So what happened now is that program has closed off.
Yes.
Government is taking a look at it, reviewing it. Mainly the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries, and the Ministry of Social Development and Family Services. We're having a look at it. The intention is to have a program like that in some form. The size and the cost is to be determined still, which will allow us to continue to reach some of the vulnerable families on the one hand, and on the other hand, create an opportunity for the farmers to be able to sell their produce. So that part of it has been completed. I would say it was successfully completed. And those two ministries, together with the Ministry of Finance, they're looking closely at if we have to do something along those lines, what would be the shape and cost of it.
Now, Mr. Minister, now presently it is on hold, right? Now, could you give us, I don't want to put you on the spot with the figures. Now, could you give us at least a rough estimate of how much it costs the ministry?
The first phase, which was that period, May to the end of September, that was estimated to cost, initially it was estimated to cost just about $67 million.
Okay.
And it was delivered within that cost. And then for the extension, October, November, December, in addition to that period, we also had some debts that from 2020 still to be paid. That period cost us close to $50 million. So from May to the end of October, end of December 2021, it's just over $100 million, maybe 110. It reached over 285,000 families.
Okay.
And the bulk of that $110 million, I would say at least 75 million were paid directly into the hands of the farmers. That is about just over 300 farmers. And I don't want to put the farmers in jeopardy. But, well, not just the farmers, also the local poultry processors.
Yes, yes.
They were also part of the program. And it means that our farmers would have done well deserved,
yes,
hard working, but I am saying that about over $70 million went directly into the hands of our farmers.
All right. Now, Mr. Minister, recently the Minister of Finance, Colin Imbut, said, yes, they have reached over 200,000 households with food basket. Now, a little after that, farmers have been getting in touch with me to say that, Saeed, it have been almost 3 months or a little past 3 months and they haven't received any compensation for goods that they produce, they supplied NAMDEVCO. Could you just clear up the air on that a little?
Well, that is a fact because, as I said, in the budget, we catered to run the program until the end of September.
Okay.
End of September being the end of the financial year.
Yes.
And if you remember in the mid-year review, that is around April 2021, April, May, somewhere there, we went to the Parliament and we got approval for 62 million. We already had approval for 5. We went for 62 million.
To continue, yes.
Right. So, since we were the end of the financial year, end of September 2021, we had the money to pay for that period.
Until September?
Right, but since we had now decided that we are going to extend it to the end of December, we needed to find the funding now. October is the budget period. During that period, we would not be able to source funding until the budget is approved and everything.
I understand.
And the farmers were well aware of that. I know some of them were getting very anxious because of course coming close to Christmas. But we kept them up to date. I thanked them for their patience. I was in communication with them. There were a lot of things on social media, and I was providing the information. And I'm very happy to say that the week before Christmas, payments started to be made, and we were able to pay for the month of October, November, before Christmas, and during the period before all years, we were able to deal with most of the other claims. So the fact is that the money was approved by the cabinet. Okay. It was released by the Ministry of Finance. The money went into the hands of NAMDEVCO. NAMDEVCO went through the process of making the payments. And I believe that all of our farmers are happy. So I'm never going to deny that there was that period when they were waiting for money. They understood that. And that is just because of the budgeting process. So in the mid-year review 2022, you will actually see where we go for formal Parliament approval of that expenditure.
I understand. Now, one last question. Do you have any idea as to how long it will take before the food basket initiative come back on stream? Because I know it have helped a lot of people.
Yes, I'm hoping that we could finish the work that we're doing, that we could get the cabinet approval, and I'm hoping that before the end of this first quarter, we are able to have some aspect of it back in operation.
Right. Mr. Minister, thank you so much for joining us and clearing up the air concerning the food basket initiative.
Thank you. Thanks for your support. I want to wish Trinidad and Tobago a happy 2022. I want to ask you to be safe. Wear your mask. Don't just wear it properly, and keep your family safe.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. So viewers, that was the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, Mr. Clarence Rambarad, giving us a little insight on the food basket program, the financing, the amount of homes they reached. Now that the program has been closed off temporarily, as he said, they are just looking for cabinet approval now to continue with the food basket initiative. Yes, a lot of people got help from the government with the food basket. Thanks to them for that. You know, we have to give jackets. We have to say thank you where the thank you is due. And that is something that is always promote. Right is right and wrong is wrong. So now that they have reached to the end, they closed it off. A lot of farmers, I can tell you, a lot of farmers throughout Trinidad and Tobago have benefited from it. A lot of farmers. And I wish the Minister of Finance could allocate some extra funding somewhere. You know, to have this initiative goes on through the year. Because money had been spent all over, and according to Clarence Rambarad, at least close to $100,000 was allocated, right, to run through 2021. So if every financial year, the finance minister could put aside $100 million just for the farmers to be employed, and they would have their things going, their homes who would receive, it will work both sides, receiving and farmers. So we hope something could be put in place for that to continue. Viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but nevertheless, when we come back, we're going to start off our Bacchanal Thursday right here on Real Talk with Saieed Ali.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Are you looking for the right investment? Are you looking for a greater return on your hard-earned cash? Look no further. Contact Real Talk Group of Companies located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. At Real Talk Investment, you can earn up to 3.5% interest on your 3-year investment. Don't miss out on this amazing offer. Do contact us now on 339-1670, 238-6716 for further information. Our helpful team is ready to assist. Real Talk Investment. Real people matter to us. This ad was paid for by Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at Real Talk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. I want to share an incident that happened with you all today. I had a client today. She, in JTA compound in Marbella, there's a bank. We would say the Red Bank. I wouldn't call the name of the bank, but we would say the Red Bank. I had a client, went into that bank, You know, she contacted Real Talk Finance and Investment Company and wanted to set up a fixed deposit system with us. So we said, no problem. We relate everything to her, the do's and the don'ts. So she said, not a problem. She went into the bank. You know, when you go into the bank and you had to pick out, you had to move with a 6-digit figure or anything over that, you had to consult a manager. So she went into the bank. Asked to speak to the person in charge. I would assume is the manager. The manager asked her why she taking out her money. She said, well, she's going to make an investment. And I believe the lady told the manager that they want to make it an investment with Real Talk Financing and Investment. So, after all that transpired in the bank, the woman came out of the bank. She and her husband. She said, Saeed, the man we spoke to in that bank, telling us that careful, moms, where you put in your money. He said, because that could be a Hindu credit union. Meaning, Real Talk Group of Companies investment would fall like Hindu credit union. So, he went on to say now, he went on to tell her, go and get a lawyer and get a letter and send it to Saeed and see what kind of business Saeed running. She said, Saeed, since you on TV, March will make it 4 years you on TV. You got a lot of legislation and laws passed, even to protect that man's wife and children, which no bank did for his wife and children. He said, my own money I went into the bank for. And the man was refusing to give me my own money. The man told her, he said, well, family, you had to bring this document and that document and the next document. The lady was relating to me what took place. She said, I don't know if it's the manager or if it's the man in charge of the whole bank or who. But he was telling me, he said, carefully, and that institute end up like the credit union, the Hindu credit union. So this is my message to that man in that bank in JTA compound in Marabella. Mr. Man, let me tell you something. The money you're dreaming to save for you and your children and your wife to build a big house and go on a fancy cruise ship, let me tell you something. The money you're thinking about saving for the next 40 years, my company lending it to people. My company lending it to people. And I will tell you something, being a manager or a supervisor in a bank, when you hear somebody come to take out their money, it is not your business to ask that individual what they're going to do with their money. I always have a bodyguard around me anywhere I go. And one of my bodyguard was saying, he said, Saeed, I was walking straight inside that bank, you know, to meet that manager to ask him, hey, I look like the guy who was running the Hindu credit union. I have a license to lend money. Where you have, you are a manager or a supervisor at a bank. Today, tomorrow, they come and give you a termination letter. Who are you? You are nothing. Absolutely nothing. But you want to come now and tell the lady to go get a letter and see what kind of business Saeed running. Saeed running a licensed money lending financial institution. How many times I have to put up my document on TV? I spoke to another manager who is his friend from another red bank. And I told her what transpired with my client and Olia Bank and the lady. She said, Saeed, light him up on TV. And she's a bank manager also in the same bank he working with. Not in Marbella, but at a different location. And she's my friend. She said, Said, how the hell he could make a statement like that? I don't discourage any bank in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't bad talk any bank in Trinidad and Tobago. They have their license to lend money. Said have his license to lend money. And I directed it to the man in that branch. Here what you do, partner. You go by a lawyer and you get a letter and you direct it to Saieed Ali, the manager of Real Talk Financing and Investment Company, and all come and find out my legal business. Let me tell you something. When I done with you and your lawyer, you ain't gonna have a place in Trinidad to live. The jockey shorts you're wearing, you might have to take a loan on it in that same bank you're working with. You understand, letter? Come with your letter. But I hope when you hear my lawyers and them start on your case for coming after a legal business, I hope you could take it, you know. I hope all you could take it. You see, I will tell you something. Everybody working in a financial institute and there's a manager or a supervisor or a vice president, all you feel, all you could walk over people. All you could walk over people. But they tell all you to give a little charity. All you can't do that. You cannot do that. But you want to come after a man like Said. Condemning Said. Said, you're running a Hindu credit thing. You could fall just like them. Dan, you have no idea who I is. You have no idea who I am. You working for somebody. You working for a bank. I have my own business. Nobody cannot fire Said. You could get a termination letter at any point in time. And you will become a dog on the street. Sorry for saying it like that. But get your letter and come by Said. Come and see what kind of legal business are running. Come, I'm waiting for you. And then I will show you the kind of legal QCs I have in Trinidad here. Then you're going to know. Then all you're going to know. You see, I'm going to tell you something. People, businessmen have US currency in banks. And when time to go for it, they cannot get their own money. But that man want to jump on my case? Because you might be a manager or supervisor in a bank. When you got termination letter, who you become? You become nothing more than what? A normal individual. You lost your title. You lost your title. So while you bad talking Said company growing. The money where you dreaming about having and saving, Said company lending. All I want to mash my corn, let me tell you something. I have hook in sardine pan set up, so when you hear mash to damage my corn, them hook going straight through your foot, you know. Touch not the Lord's anointing, my friend. Don't do that. Don't be like the fools and them who try to kidnap my son and they get blind. Don't be dummies like them. They're in a business. People supporting the bank you're working with. Say, thank God they come in it. I don't condemn no bank in Trinidad. I don't condemn them at all. Because I once was banking in a bank before I have my own financial institution. And you want to condemn Real Talk Financing? Huh? Be careful in 21 days time you got termination letter, you know. And you come right by Said to go work, you know. So here what you do. You go by a lawyer and get a letter and come by Said. And I will visit you with my QC lawyers with all my legal documents. And let me see what step you're making from there. Because I know what step they will take from there. Viewers, I had to share it with you all. Serious. I had to share it with you all. A man called me this morning. He wanted to take out $50-something thousand US. A businessman. You know When he went to his bank, you know what I tell him? You know what I tell him? He can't get him money. He can't get him money. So I wonder what that man had to say about that now. The businessman going for his own money and can't get it. Huh? What you had to say then? Open your mouth now, now. You be careful, you get a letter. Just take your time. Pat it down. You could get termination letter. That bank will be giving you it, not Saeed. So manage yourself. Take it down. Don't accelerate because you don't have nowhere to go. And this is not a Hindu credit union. I am a Muslim. To start with, I am a Muslim. I don't condemn religion. I don't condemn race. Because when I stand here and I push for a bill and ask the AG to pass it, I pass it for the Hindu, the Christian, the Muslim, the Baptist, for everybody. It don't matter what race or religion. And when clowns like Allah come against me, I will put Allah in Allah place where Allah belong. So whoever you are, I won't mention your name on TV, which I could do, and expect a letter from you and then show you who I am. But for people not to laugh at you, for people not to laugh at you and make fun of you, I decide not to mention your name. But the next time you cross my path, and a client had to come and tell me that again, believe me, I will call Scotiabank direct head office. Will you tell yourself you have in your back pocket? Your back pocket have hole compared to mine. So viewers, that was not customer service. That was an individual being ignorant with a client. That is what you call it. But nevertheless, after tonight, he will learn to deal with people in a different way. Customer service in institution is very, very important. Because one bad worker with a sour attitude would cause people not to go back to that institute. And when that one person tell their family, and their family tell their friends, and their friends tell their friends, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? That's why I said customer service, we haven't tried that yet. It sucks. Because everybody in a position feel, oh, I this big Dan, and I that big Dan, and you have to bow like it's Ram and Sita kind of thing. No, it's not that. You're an individual. Deal with people. Deal with people. Nobody is coming to beg you for nothing. They're coming to take out what is theirs, not yours. So pat down yourself, individual. Pat down yourself. The reason why I'm calling him is for people to laugh at you. That's the only reason why I ain't calling your name. You can send me where you want. It bother with me. I have lawyers to deal with it. But I hope when I respond, it's a different story, you know, because I go respond with somebody touching your shoulder when they spin wrong. You see nobody, you know. Your own family will say, boy, you mad, boy? That's how I just respond. So take your time, partner, and pat it down. And the next time clients come to you, bat in your crease. Bat in your crease. Because I will tell them what to do and what channel to take to go by your bosses and them. Hey, let me tell you something. I am a human being just like anyone earlier. But you see nonsense? Don't come wrong me with that. Don't come wrong me with that at all. Because Olia wouldn't like nobody to treat Olia like hog. You wouldn't like to walk in and play. You go feel, alright, use a big supervisor or manager or something in a branch, a bank branch. How you would feel when you walk into a grocery and you approach somebody that what you like, who is you? How you go feel? A grocery attendant looking up that way, who is you? You value something or? How you go feel? You ever feel nice, eh? So what you don't like for yourself, don't pass it on to others. Don't do that. Because the next client come to you and you get on like that in front of that client, I will direct them which part to go in your own institution. Customer service, it stinks in certain place, and nobody is standing up. Nobody is doing nothing. Because why? Because they don't know what to do. Me? I will have you play hopscotch. So as we start our program tonight, Minister of Health Terence Zial had once again cautioned persons against purchasing ivermectin as well as oxygen to be treated for COVID-19 at home. But Terence, how boy? Terry, you don't have enough room in the hospital. You're complaining the COVID-10 too busy. You're begging people to take vaccine. Now you're complaining and telling people don't buy oxygen home. Let's take a look at this video.
What the doctors have asked me to say this morning is that this is untenable. If you are on oxygen at home, we ask you to come in to a facility to get oxygen. And there is no need to spend $30,000 on ivermectin at home. And people are dying at home after paying these huge amounts of money for something that is no better than snake oil. That's the best way I could describe it now.
Don't take no oxygen at home, come into our facilities. That's what he said. He also added that persons have also been buying so-called COVID packs and advised persons that it will not assist them because the doctor's view is that ivermectin is contributing to the number of deaths. Listen to this man.
Another development, and I raised it on Monday, is the use of something called COVID packs, which they are getting somewhere, which has a combination of ivermectin, vitamin B, and vitamin C. That is not going to assist you. And it is their view that the continued reliance and confidence being placed on ivermectin is contributing in some way or fashion to the number of deaths that we experience.
People start to die, they blame it on ivermectin. They blame it on COVID-19. You know, but what I can't understand, viewers, is that in the whole of 2021, no, my mistake, in the whole of 2020, there were COVID-19. There were lockdowns. No vaccine. And people wasn't dying of COVID-19. All you do the follow-up, if you think I lying, do the follow-up yourself. Come to the institution for oxygen. Boy, let me tell you something. I didn't love to hear this man talk. And then bring it on TV. For you to hear what he is be saying. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Roshan Parashram have stated that there are 8 pediatric COVID-19 cases and noted a concern over the rising number of pediatric cases being reported. He states that it is a concern on the back of the Omicron variant and pediatric cases are falling in the US and other places.
What we have noticed over the last few days, we actually have 8 pediatric cases in hospital today. One of them is critically ill in ICU. So we note it as a concern on the back of Omicron and looking on as what is happening in the rest of the world. The pediatric cases are filling up the hospitals in the US, for example, and in some other territories around the world.
So now, viewers, we have a caller. Good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead. You're live on Real Talk, my friend.
Yeah, boy. So you see, I checked. If you have 50,000 in that bank, right? In 6 months, you get $1.50.
If you have 50,000 in a bank,
well, what you say, right?
For 6 months,
you get $1.50.
$1.50.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you can imagine we're wasting time, you see.
That for 6 months, you're getting $1.50. Now,
That's why I see when I went.
now listen to this. That same 50,000 at Real Talk Financing and Investment Company on a fixed deposit for 3 years, you're getting almost $1,250 per year. The same 50,000. And that is the difference. Thank you, my friend, for your comment. So viewers, back to Parashram. He added that with the increase in Omicron cases, it will become a dominant variant in this country within the next 2 or 3 weeks. Meanwhile, Minister of Health Terence Singh states that while persons have been calling for the Pfizer vaccine to be given to children between 5 and 11, it cannot be done in TNT at this time. Singh note that the reason why the ministry cannot administer the vaccine is that because it is not legally and clinically permissible.
There are 2 vaccines before WHO for EUL or EUA for 11 to 5, both Sinopharm and Pfizer. And I'm glad you raised the issue because a lot of people are asking why don't we simply give the 5 to 11 cohort the Pfizer vaccine. We can't for 2 reasons. One, it is not legally permissible and is not clinically permissible. Why? Because the 5 to 11 vaccine of Pfizer for that age group is a different dosage of the vaccine. It's 1/3 the strength of the adult vaccine.
So now viewers, the minister states that the Ministry of Health are waiting for EUL or EUA approval for the pediatric version, and once it is approved, they will bring it.
We cannot use the current stock of Pfizer, which is has EUA or EUL approval for 12 and over. We have to wait for the EUL or EUA approval for the pediatric version, where the dose is different, the buffer is different, the packaging is different. What I can tell you and tell the country is that we have not been standing still on this issue. We have already placed orders for the pediatric version, and as soon as it is EUL and EUA approved by WHO and the supplies are available, we will bring it in for that cohort of persons 5 to 11.
So welcome back to Real Talk viewers. Caller, good night.
A very, very good evening to you, Mr. Said.
To you, my friend.
My 2 quick points tonight is that I was hoping that you would have asked the Minister of Agriculture the situation with the Vancouver cocoa farmers. They have about $10 million worth of cocoa beans that is in limbo right now because of the container trucks cannot go in to collect it. So if they wait for the road to fix, their beans will deteriorate and they'll end up with zero. What they could do is use pickup trucks, smaller vehicles, to move out your beans in small quantities and have your container pass at an accessible point. In that way, you will salvage, you could make some money.
Yes.
And my second point is, tomorrow Friday will be 6 months since I had my last AstraZeneca shot. So I am eligible to take a booster. So I need you to advise me. Now I am becoming hesitant because the Ministry of Health is saying that the Pfizer had expired and they have extended the expiry date to 2 more months. And to me, this is madness. I mean, you might take a chance with a canned product, some food product.
Yes.
You could take a chance.
But not a vaccine.
Not a vaccine. So I have serious doubts now. I'm not going to take an expired vaccine. So could you please advise? Thank you, all the best.
Well, my friend, if something is expired and you decide to extend the date and you decide to allow people to take that vaccine that was expired and you renew the date without any consultation from doctors, anything happen to that individual, I believe the Ministry of Health have some answering to do. You see, and I've been telling people this. The minister will come out and say all sorts of things. That is his job. That is his portfolio. I am not going against that. But the thing is, the real statistics is what people want to see. He came out and said, and I played the video clip where Terence Dialsing said, when you take the vaccine, it reduced the risk of you getting COVID. But the thing is, Shamfa got it again when she was campaigning for THA a couple of weeks back, and she vaccinated. How come it didn't reduce that risk? The Prime Minister was vaccinated. He got it twice after. How come it didn't reduce that risk? So when you see these ministers come out with things like this, I just start to question myself. And I just bring it to your attention. Well, hey, look at this. The minister said take the vaccine, it's safe. But now you come out and telling me it helped reduce youth now from getting COVID. But when I watch now, the Prime Minister had his 2 shots, but he got COVID twice. And then on top of that now, Shamfa got her shots and she come and get COVID. Now we talk about minister level. I ain't talking about the small man yet, you know, make out a figure yet. But look at these 2 prominent individuals who vaccinated. But according to Terry, it didn't reduce their risk. They got it. They got it. So when you hear they make statements like this now, and I show the raw facts unto you, the people, Allah open their eye and open their ears. If Allah ain't do that, Allah be like Jack be nimble. Allah be like Jack be nimble. So that is why every night it gives me great pleasure to come here on my platform and share the truth, the whole truth, and nothing else but the truth to you, the citizen. Why? Because if something happened to you, nobody ain't coming to assist you beside your household. So viewers, drop the certificate. So I just had my staff went through back our system to get our licensed money lending certificate. And that is it on the screen. Look at there. Since June 20th, 2021, Real Talk group of companies have the authorization to lend money. So for the individual down in that bank down there, that is my license document. So I want you now go by your lawyer and get a letter and send it for Saeed. And I will show you now. Come back to me. I will show you now the legal terms on how a QC is really practice what they learn. A QC stands for Queen Counsel. It's a different elevation of lawyers. A different level of lawyers. I want to tell you, I open a Hindu credit union. You watching Saeed. You hear in Real Talk group of companies. The whole world knows Saeed is a Muslim. And you want to class Saeed with Hindu credit union? Eh? So like I say, and I will say that again for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. To you, my friend, the money you're thinking about saving for the next 20 years while you would be employed, I lending. So, when you have to advise client, after tonight, you will start advising them in a different manner. Because customer service is something we lacking in Trinidad and Tobago. We lacking. So viewers, that was my company, money lending license. I did that for that individual to know when you're coming by me in my business, brace yourself. Brace yourself. I have pushed for a lot of legislations. Even for pepper spray for your wife and child to go and get. Even pepper spray. Your bank do that for you? No. Your bank might tell you just now, here we're going on. If you have vaccinated, don't come to work. And you now go say, boy, you know what, me, I'm going to take no vaccine. I hate too much a thing. What's going to happen to you? But you want to tread on my ground? You want to tread on my ground? Look for somebody else ground to tread on. Look for somebody who you could walk over. Not somebody who could turn you over while you're coming. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Darling, go right ahead.
Yes, good show, Sai. But
thank you.
It's calling about 3 years in Hotwood where I live. 3 years. Wasa have water running down by that cemetery by number 50. They have a big house by number 15 Hotwood. 3 years. Now this year make it 4 years. The water 4 years. The water coming down there like a big spring. Water coming down there heavy, and we in Hotwood have no water. And I had to look at no call water. They tell me they don't know when we get in water. But water waiting 4 years in Hotwood. And no matter how we see the water truck and we tell them, yeah. 4 years.
Oh,
no water.
My friend here wants you to do a little video, right? A little video. And send it to 3391670 on our WhatsApp.
On our WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much, my dear. 4 years now that leak leaking. This year going to make it 4 years. And what's our workers only balling? Yeah. That's why sometimes, boy, when you see some companies, workers are getting back pay. Sometimes you just wonder why, boy. You know, not all of them going to be the same thing. And Harry wants you to come out and work hard to please the customers, Right. New president of the Public Service Association, PSA, Leroy Baptiste, has told public officers that they are under no legal compulsion to provide their vaccine status to their employer. Baptiste states that the association remains pro-choice and continue to advocate on behalf of its members for the right or freedom to choose whether to be vaccinated or not. He said any attempt to unilaterally alter public officers' term and condition of employment in a bid to force them to vaccinate is wrong, harsh, oppressive, and contrary to law. Baptiste added that the plan by the government to take the measures to Parliament to make it law did not mean it was lawful. He said slavery and segregation were all laws but were acknowledged to be wrong. So this is coming from the new Public Service Association, PSA, Leroy Baptiste. And again, viewers, I say, it is your choice. The Attorney General cannot bring a law. They cannot bring a law or even debate a law in Parliament to go against one's right. Freedom of choice. You cannot do that. Anytime you remove freedom of choice, we're back in slavery days. We're back in slavery days. I went and took the vaccine. Thank God nothing happened to me. But my barber went and took the vaccine and he cannot stand on his left leg today. Terence, you fixing his family? Is the Attorney General fixing his family? Is the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago seeing about his family? No. No. But yeah, now listen to this. Don't get me wrong, Trinidad and Tobago and viewers of Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Terence Dial Singh have all right to keep his media briefing and say what he have to say because he is the health minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Their portfolio, their job, the salary they're getting is to take care of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago health-wise. Health-wise. They don't have space in the hospital. They don't have space in COVID tent. But Terry telling you don't take no oxygen home. So why the hell you're telling people to quarantine home if you test positive for COVID-19? If they need oxygen, where they going? Where they going? Terry, you just say some kind of thing that's had me wondering which side of the bed you get up from. Call a good night.
Good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead, my friend.
I think you missed Brian Manning because he was hospitalized with COVID-19. They called Webster Roy and they called Minister Webster Roy and they called Minister Cujo, but they missed Brian Manning. He was fully vaccinated and he got coronavirus.
Right, you see?
So there's a lot of people, and besides that, in the newspaper there was like at least 8 or 9 people who were fully vaccinated and they died of coronavirus. That was like the father and the son. They were vaccinated.
Yes.
And the mother wasn't vaccinated and she was okay. And then after that we had the doctor from Aruka, he was vaccinated.
Fully vaccinated and he, yes.
Right? And then after that we had the who we had boy? We had the Jap, the mother and father, the mother and son. And most likely because all the employees had to be vaccinated at their restaurant. And then after I had that with the owner of the pharmacy.
Yes.
And then we had Caribbean Glass.
Yes.
And then the last person that was on the newspaper would have been, that great Param, Ken J. We missed him so much. So there's a lot of people. And then there are a lot of people that we don't know about, that the public know about, who was vaccinated.
Yes.
And they get coronavirus and they die. So there's a lot of concern about the vaccine. There are a lot of people who have concern. And yes, some people take the vaccine and they have no problem. But some people take the vaccine and some of them paralyzed.
Correct.
Some of them saying they have menstrual problem. All kinds of things going on. And there is no doubt, if the government or whoever would to say they're compensating people and taking liability, I don't think people will have a problem. People will be okay, but nobody taking liability.
Exactly.
And you have to go and sign things, so that's bad. But Saeed, I want to read something. This is something with the Constitution. And maybe you can just look into it. There's something that in the Constitution that I believe I found it somewhere that says, where the people of Trinidad and Tobago recognize that men and institutions remain free only when freedom is founded upon respect for moral and spiritual values and the rule of law. So that sounds to me that the rule of God and what you believe in supersedes even the law of the land. So we believe in God over the law of the land. That's the Constitution that you believe. And I believe that all these laws, people have certain beliefs and spiritual things.
Yes.
And it is being override. And I think that this is something that, if this is in the Constitution, I found it somewhere, well then I don't think that they can implement or mandate people because your human rights. Human rights is 3 things: food, water, and shelter.
Thank you, my friend.
Food, water, and shelter. You need to work. And to work.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Well said. I understand what you're saying. You see, I'm going to tell you something. The AG cannot do that. The president cannot do that. They will be sending Trinidad and Tobago back in slavery days from the time you take away our freedom to choose. You're going back in slavery days. As again I say, where's the opposition? I am Saeed. I ain't getting paid by the opposition to go in a bench and sit down and debate. I'm not under I call it parliament privilege. I'm not under that. I'm not collecting at 30, 40,000 or 50,000 a month from the government. Where are those that we depend on? They are not there. Only on election time we see them. There are so much lawyers on the UNC. Where are these lawyers? There are human rights lawyers in Trinidad and Tobago. Where are they? It's only if something happened to their family, then they would want to come out. Me, I stepping out all the time for Trinidad and Tobago. So viewers, we are out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, there's a rerun of this program tomorrow from 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. If you missed it during the night, you could catch it the next day on our rerun. We'll be right back here tomorrow, Fire Friday, to deal with other issues. Fire Friday. Friday will be the 7th of January 2022. So viewers, until we meet again, be safe. And remember, Real Talk Group of Companies is offering you 2.5%, the highest financial, the only financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago paying all that. So until we meet again, good night.